Hello, my inky friends. Hello, Heather.
Hello, everyone.
Can everybody hear us? Testing the sound after 2020, 21, 22, 23. After 4 years of making YouTube videos, I think I've finally remembered. Hello, hello. Actually, it's funny. You know what? I think I was watching Tiffany, one of her videos, and in the beginning, she goes, "Hello, can everybody hear me okay?" I thought, hey, that's a really good way to start a stream. 'Cause then I don't talk for 10 minutes and then read the chat and find out that nobody can hear me. So, my little inky friends, I see you have found the channel. I don't hear anybody yelling that they can't hear me. How is the Heather to Cindy Lynn ratio? Is her mouth bigger than mine? Is mine bigger than hers?
Hello, hello, testing, testing.
1, 2, 3. There we go. I have some fun stuff. I am having a dry eye. I can see why people, I don't know why I would have dry eyes with all of the snow today. Oh my gosh. If you like making snowmen or you have kids or grandkids that like making snowmen, send them up here because it is snowman making snow right now. Um, it is
They call it
snowman.
heart attack snow
It's heart attack snow. What does that mean?
because it's so heavy that when girls are out shoveling the snow, that's how heart attacks are created because it's so heavy.
Well, that's why I don't shovel snow. I don't have a heart
Take
attack.
the risk, take the risk factor out.
Actually, any exercise at this point in my life would probably cause a heart attack. It's like I went to the gym and, I started sweating and I was like out of breath and I couldn't breathe and my heart was racing. I was like, this can't possibly be good for my health. I'm out of here. Anyhow, welcome, welcome, welcome. You have found my inky life. I'm going to kind of let people dribble in, but I'm going to reiterate this. My goal, I think I've decided now what I'm going to do moving forward. I've seen so many different videos on like people are changing this for 2024 and they want to do this and they want to do that. And this is not triggered by any of that. I march to the beat of my own drum. I do what I want when I want. And I have to apologize. I didn't see many of you last week. If you're an Inky Bestie, you got an email from me. And that was about all I was mentally capable of at that point. But nevertheless, just random thought. They pop in and out of here at a mile a minute. But the goal, my eyes are so dry. Good gosh. My goal is to kind of just relax a little bit on how I do my videos, my lives. I do want to do them with more intention. I do have some good stuff for you guys tonight. But, if you've ever watched a live and went, "Oh my God, she's just like doesn't get to the point." Trust me, I feel the same way when I watch other people's lives. I'm going to do an edited version of this over on my main channel. And I know that Christina KW, Miss Werner, Miss Color Cube Girl. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, I thought, I know she does a live and does a recorded video, so I wanted to kind of see what she did. So I had a look, and that's what I'm going to do. So when I'm doing my live, you're going to see me do a little bit of this. Oops, wait, let's take this face off of here. If I need to talk to you, I'll probably do that. That's quite zoomed in from my workspace, but anyway, I've got this here, or I'll just do this and bring my face up. I don't know, we'll figure it out. And then my face won't be there, so I'll be able to edit what happens down here on my table and do a voiceover, so I can take an hour, hour and a half, however long it is, and compact it down to that 8 to 10 minutes, right? So that's the goal. So you definitely want to be subscribed and watch over here, okay? Because this is where 99% of the lives are going to happen, I think. Unless it's like something, I mean, like World Card Making Day, 10 hours. Like that's just too much for my main channel. But yeah, so there's that. I have for you guys tonight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards I have made. What I did is I went through I went through a ton of videos. And actually, I ended up at the art store today because I fell down a rabbit hole last night. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I went through a whole bunch of videos so that I could kind of compile for what I thought for you guys would be the best of the best. I mean, there's a lot of how do you guys make it out there with all these videos? There is so much. Oh my gosh, where's my beep? There is so much out there on the internet for YouTube videos. Oh, I'm so happy you found me. So, yeah, I went through a lot of videos and because I can't remember all of the glitter techniques, but, and you know, I gotta say before I get all my earth loving, tree hugging hippie friends freaking out on me in the comments, which is totally fine. That's great for engagement. But before everybody starts blasting me a new one about glitter and how bad it is for the planet, I get it. But guess what? I can either throw this in the garbage or I can stick it on a card and then it'll last forever in someone's shoebox somewhere. So, you know, because nobody throws cards out, right? So I'm doing the planet a favor and I'm putting my glitter on my cards. All of the, not all, a lot of the things I'm going to use tonight are linked down below, with exception to the Martha Stewart glitter. I went to link you guys Martha Stewart glitter, and Arteza glitter was way cheaper. So they have a deal right now, and I'm just going to apologize in advance for anybody who is going to watch this back. I may not even mention it because this part won't make the edited version, but I think there's 8 sets left on Amazon. So if you get them, you get them. If you don't, I apologize. But before I get started, I want to, let's go over here. All right, so I want to show you guys something. Yes, glitter and sparkle, exactly. They're going to save the planet and not throw it in the garbage. So, oh, actually, I have to do something else first here. I have to talk about my comment of the week. So, my comment of the week. I don't know. Graceful Kimberella. Graceful Kimberella. What a little smarty pants she is. She wrote, "Your tiny 22-inch by 14-inch craft room? Question marks. You are one very talented tiny figure detailer." I was like, what is she talking about? When I read this comment, I was like, and then it occurred to me, okay, so when I was typing that, I actually had one little tick in the video for my studio tour and times 14 with one little tick, and it just didn't fit, so I put the other one. Anyway, not realizing that one is inches and one is feet. So anyhow, little Kimberella she's quite the crafty little thing, isn't she? You see her little name, right? What is it? Graceful Kimberella, and her little comment. And then I had already had my Instagram and Facebook picture already made. It was already off, sent for my social media person, and it went up on social media. And of course, she had to make her little comment again about my 22-inch by 14-inch studio. So I said to Heather tonight, I said, "So, guess what I've got?" And she's like, "Your studio in a box." I was like, "Oh, Heather, excuse me." I took her to the nail salon today, and she did that. No barking at mama. I said, "Do you have a water bottle?" I don't spray it, by the way. I never spray it. I just show her. One time I did. One time. And it had mouthwash in it. Do you know alcohol-free? I don't know if you know. Just a quick tip. Nothing to do with card making. If you're trying to train your dog, and actually we have a dog trainer in the house. I don't know if she's here yet. One of our inky besties, Jeanette. Anyway, if you take non-alcohol mouthwash and put it in a bottle with water. I don't know what the ratio is. You'd have to Google it because Google's always right. But they spray a dog, service dogs when they're training them and stuff, when they're training them. So I did spray her once with that in it. And that was for something we had for my mom's dog a long time ago. But anyway, that was all it took. And now I just show it to her and she stops. But anyway, I have a little box. Could everyone could use a little glitter in their life? Yes. And I didn't even say my quick hellos. See, I'm just going to chillax because no, I better not. Hello, Mary, Kathy, Heather, Ruby, Diane, Terry, Karen, Cheryl, Christine. Christine, check your email box. I had to force your invoice to not expire again today. Actually, it did, and I had to redo it. So, Carol. All right, so I have something I want to show you guys. I have already talked about this before, and I said I wanted to test it before it went live. And if you got my newsletter, then you know that the little Gamsol jars are ready to go. Yours will come like this with your sponge. Okay, your sponge will have instructions on reactivating it, so it'll look like this when you put it in there. Yeah, so those are ready to go. And I even got the cutest little boxes. And I think I might even put like a little My Inky Fingers Gamsol jar sponge sticker on it or something. I don't know. But anyway, they're ready to go. And all of the kits, I'm going to, I extended the coupon secretly only because I didn't get to tell you guys about it last week. And I felt bad. And I didn't want everybody that watches the channel to go, how come I didn't know about that? Or I was too late or yada yada. Anyway, all past card kits are half off. Easter 50. I'll type it, or Heather can type it for me maybe. Easter 50. In the coupon section, if you have a coupon code, just type Easter 50, all capital letters or not capital letters. I don't think it really matters. But anyway, all of the past card kits are half off. Not the digital online only ones, the kits, the actual kits. So while you're picking up your Gamsol jar, you can put some kits in your cart and I will send those off to you. So tonight, I don't know, should I show you? Okay, this is what I'll do. I'm going to show you the cards that I'm going to make. And
Before
then
you pull those out, sorry.
Yep.
You said it was Easter 50. Correct?
Easter 50. Easter 50. Easter 50. So I wanted to remind you guys, a few weeks ago, I did a video on, and I have to be honest, I don't have a fun reason to make cards tonight other than we have glitter. I didn't find one. I had one for like 3 weeks ago, but I didn't have one. I didn't have one last week either, which meant I didn't have it for today. And it was just too late by the time I realized. But anyway, a few weeks ago, I showed you these. And don't forget that you can put glitter on your printables, okay? So I wanted to remind you of that. Those are not in the cards tonight, okay? They're not in the cards tonight. I'm going to show you how to do this one tonight. And this one is a very interesting technique, okay? So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you, where's the other one like this? Okay, I'm going to show you this one, okay, and I'm gonna try to, trust me, it's sparkly, all right here, it's sparkly. Why isn't it showing? This one will probably show more sparkles. Okay, this one shows more sparkles. So I'm gonna show you this one. I'm gonna show you this one, and I also did this one like this. So when I show you this, I'm gonna talk about this two different ways. I'm gonna show you this one, okay. And this one, kind of like a little calligraphy going on here, right? And this one, I might not show you this one because it takes forever to dry, but I will make it and then I'll show you how I did it, okay? And this one, all right? So I've got a bunch tonight and I have all my things already kind of all set out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my face off the screen by doing that. There we go. And let's start off by pulling out this here. And you know what I'm going to do? It's funny because I feel like that is brighter than when I do this. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to take this. Well, if I take this off, then I'm going to have glitter everywhere. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try taking it off just because I've been doing a video for you guys, and I noticed that when I put that back on the table, it made my video darker, and I didn't like that at all. So what I did here was I have, now it depends on where you are, Canada or the US. Some people call this Sookwang. Other people call it something else. but it's all Sookwang, okay? So all these Sookwang tapes, and I linked these for you guys in the description down below. And all I did was use the 1/2 inch one, and I just repeated it over and over and over. And I should only have 7 here, and I ended up with 8, so I think my cardstock's a little bit big, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to take a pick, and I'm going to start one by one taking off one strip, okay? So double-sided tape is our first little way I'm going to do this here. I'm going to use coffee filters. I have some of these here things, but you know what happens? The glitter wants to stay in these and it doesn't want to leave. So save yourself the headache, learn from my mistake, put it in a coffee filter, and a coffee filter kind of like bends up easier for you to be able to put it all back in your little perspective little containers, like so. Now you can also, if you want, kind of press it down while it's in your coffee filter, okay? And then there's your first one, okay? So you just rinse and repeat that there. And it's going to be kind of messy. So guess what? All this glitter that's going to get all over the place, don't worry, I have you covered, because we're going to use this bad boy. Check it out. I can't attest to where that glitter is going to end up, but this glitter is going to end up on a card. I can tell you that much. Okay, so the next one. Oh, and I didn't get all my glitter out of the coffee filter. So yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Because I got like 5 more of these to put on here now.
And I watched you. You can take that little vacuum to the card as well to make sure you don't have any loose ends, correct?
Yeah, I did that, didn't I? I did that when we were playing around, and I totally, thank you, Heather, for reminding me.
It's a good tip, because then you don't get a lot of flyaway.
Exactly. I forgot. So the nice thing here too is don't worry about in what order you're putting these on, because you don't really get too much overage on the next one as you go along. You know what I mean? Like, check that out. It's not like you don't get a whole bunch. Now, if you wanted overage, then I would suggest peeling it back and being very careful where you lay your glitter. And then you could bring in your next one so you don't have like such a harsh line in between. But that doesn't bother me. I just want my color on there, right? So this one, oh, and I'm making a mess. See, I'm going a little bit fast. And this will kind of vacuum out your little coffee filter as well. And there we go. Now, I did mention, I think, to you guys too, that I did not link the Martha Stewart ones. You probably have these, I'm sure. I mean, from Michael's, I think everybody's got a little glitter in their life. But the Arteza ones, if you don't have glitter, I don't know how much longer glitter is going to be around, because all of, like I said, the tree huggers don't want it made anymore. And a lot of the companies are moving into glitter that doesn't actually even come off of your cardstock, which I like too. So I don't know how much longer glitter like this is going to be available. I mean, look how much our world has changed in such a short amount of time. Now they want to take away our glitter as well. That would be a terrible thing. But it is messy. But it's fun. So I'm wondering, I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep going, because there's so many different techniques that are easy tonight that I know that this might be a little bit boring, but what do you guys want to talk about? What's going on? This is going to be my favorite night yet. Oh my gosh. Cheryl's like, don't rush, Cindy Lynn. It's okay. I love glitter. And I got to tell you guys, I went through the internet and I found a whole bunch of different videos and different things people are putting out in the world when it comes to glitter. And I was like, there's some info out there. There's all kinds of stuff. But you know what? not all of it was good. And I thought, let's just get it all in one video so that you don't have to go all over the place. And then afterward, when it's edited, you can go to the main channel and you can be like, okay, yeah, look, it's all chapters and everything. How did she do that technique with the blank? I don't want to give away all my secrets quite yet, but you'll see. I got some fun ones for sure. And I have a secret tool or a secret item tonight. Does anybody, I just want to, don't tell me what it is. Does anybody know or have this product? Of course, there's a label on the other side. I just don't want you to see it yet. Hello, Lee. Does anybody have this product? Just say yes. Don't say what it is. Because if you have this product, you're going to know what it is. And this tonight is going to be fun for glitter. I have never used that on this YouTube channel. I have used that particular product many times, but I have not used it on this YouTube channel. Now, everybody's going to run down to the description. They're all going to be like, what is that? Maybe I didn't link it. Maybe you're wasting your time. Maybe I couldn't find it. Maybe it's something that's not around anymore. One will never know. Well, one will know eventually, I suppose. But, oh, there's Diane. Diane, yes, Diane has it. So she's like, yay, I have that. Well, that's going to save Diane some money. Because, yes, it is something that's available. And speaking of available, I have to tell you guys, I'm just going to chat with you with my face for a few minutes. Heather, when I get to the last one, remind me to take my face off the screen.
Okay.
Okay, when I get to the purple, because I feel like I feel like I'm not really talking to you guys when I'm like, you know, just looking around. I don't even look at the monitor when I'm my face isn't on the screen. What's the point, right? Okay, be mindful when you vacuum your yellow. I just want you to learn from my mistake. I have very, very good yellow here, but I vacuumed a little bit much on my yellow, so it's kind of, just be mindful vacuuming your yellow, okay? I didn't want to overlook that and not tell you about that. But anyway, what was I just going to say? Yes, last night. Okay, so I got on YouTube last night because that's all I watch. And there was a suggested video for a product that I'm not going to tell you about it yet because I've not seen it in the card making world yet, but oh my God, does it look like fun. Anyway, I got on this video and then I got on the company that makes this product. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. You guys know what it's like, YouTube rabbit hole. And you spend, I must have watched 30 or 40 videos last night. And I found, oh my God, I may have found the solution to our crackle paste problem. And I think I have found a recipe so you can actually not save money by buying the golden modeling paste that I use instead of the Ranger paste, because we all know what I think of that. But anyway, I think I have found you guys a recipe to make your own paste. I know. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. But I fell down a rabbit hole last night. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. It was crazy. So I spent hours last night. And I did not work last night, and I should have. I was filming this video for my tools and which ones have been my favorite in the past and which ones are no longer my favorites and why and blah, blah, blah. And my computer, I need a new computer. I had it fixed and I'm running into problems with it again. It's running really hot. So I have a vibration in my other room at my computer table desk. So I can't do my voiceovers. So I had to order a whole bunch of pop filters and yada stuff and stuff to hang mics on the walls. And it's just been an absolute mess. So I wasn't able to finish editing that video for you for Sunday, which I'm really disappointed about because I'm going away this weekend. I'm going to Edmonton. Let me grab my, 1 second. I have to grab my die cutting machine because I'm going to give you guys a tip. I did this. Actually, I'll wait till I get to that part. When you're doing this for die cutting, I'm going to suggest, this is a, Simon says stamp die. I can't even find it anymore. I think it's retired. But I'm going to give you a tip here, okay? Do not use intricate dies when you're using the Sookwang tape. I have a Sizzix switch. I have the Spellbinders machine. I struggled. The struggle is real. So use a die. I did this one to start with this. Yeah, it was a hot mess. Anyway, use dies that are not intricate for doing this particular technique here, okay? But I'm going to have to kind of split the difference between the pink and the purple here. But let me grab some tape. I got to show you guys too. Since doing my studio tour, I've said to Heather, I don't know how many times, the one thing I've loved about doing my studio tour is my studio was clean every damn day. So I put all my little yellow tape thingies here on a block in my little block drawer, and I'm going to leave them in there because I used to always have them out on my ATEM Stream Deck, or yeah, it's kind of like a Stream Deck, not really, but anyway, and made my workstation look so messy. And now I just keep them in the drawer. So if that's a little tip for you guys to hide them, they can go on your little blocks in a drawer. So there.
One thing, Cindy Lynn, that I realized, and I'm hoping that no one's gonna have too much of a problem. I went to try and link your kit.co because someone was asking about the vacuum.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where it came from. I don't have the wrench in this channel.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I can't link things the way that I used to. So just
right.
so everybody kind of knows, like,
yeah,
if I'm putting something in there, you're gonna have to get the link out of the description down
right.
below.
The vacuum.
I don't have the wrench right now.
Right, right. Because what she means by that is she doesn't have moderator status on this channel, which we hadn't thought of until just now. So
I didn't even notice it until I went to do that, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't have the little wrench right
yeah,
now.
she can't link. So it is linked down below in the description, and my kit.co is also linked down below in the description. And you know what's funny is I only did that one time, and look at it, went through perfectly. I didn't even think to do it more than once. But take out all your big pieces first, because those, you know, you don't really need those. Get them all out of there. Now, be careful, because depending on what you want to do with this after, all these little inner pieces here, like this little piece I don't need, but all these little inner pieces, what I want to explain is you could take these inner pieces and you could piece them all back in here. You know what I mean? If you wanted to put this part on a card, are you following me? Do you know what I mean? All of these pieces. So you would kind of want to make sure you save all of those, but I'm way too lazy for that. I don't have the time for that.
Piece of press and seal, so they're in
yeah,
your spot.
you could do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So there. So now you've got some leftover. Do not throw these out. They're easy to save. Just snip off the pieces that you'll no longer use. This piece was way bigger piece of paper here than the other one was. This is all garbage. And now we'll put these here for a moment because we are going to use a lot more tape. Yep, that was me. I pressed the wrong button. That's another good reason why my tape shouldn't go up there. So now, dun, 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 dun. Okay. So now the back is not adhesive, okay? Unless you were to use like a two-way adhesive sheet here, which I have these linked down below. And if you were part of my foiling series, Inky Bestie, you had the opportunity to get a adhesive bundle from me. These are the same sheets that were in that adhesive bundle. You may have some of those, but you may also have, I didn't bring this one up because this one is absolutely ridiculous, but if you have some leftover stuff, You could doing it with glue dots is going to be ridiculous, but you can pick up a glue dot, put them all on your paper, and then do polka dots. It was a lot easier to do that with the glue dots that you guys got in those kits, right? So I'm just putting it out there for Inky Besties in case you have any of those left over. But this, you're going to put some glue on the back, and let me just move this, and I'll show you what I came up with for this one in case you didn't see me show all the cards in the beginning. I used a piece of Simon Says stamp, what do you call that stuff? Glossy cardstock, okay? And I embossed it with the Tim Holtz brick background. And I used some of my distress stains and I sprayed, okay? And I splattered. So you can kind of see here the spray and the splatter. And then just putting this on an angle gave me a little bit of like kind of a calligraphy look, if you will. And this, believe it or not, I pulled this out of my stash of scrapbooking supplies. It's just a, oh, it just came right off. I should probably put some glue on it because that's not very good.
Graffiti, not calligraphy.
Oh, it's not calligraphy, it's graffiti, right? Did
Yeah.
I say calligraphy? What
Yeah.
a dork. Hold on, my tweezers are in my top tools over here. I gotta find them. Where are they? There they are. All right. Okay, so yeah, you know what I mean when you get those things that are already self-adhesive little cardboard thingies and then they don't stick very well. So anyhow, that was how I used that one. And there's that piece there. So I'm going to, at the end, show you all the cards and we are going to, okay, let's call this card number 1 so that we can do the giveaway, okay? I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to put on the back right here 1. So this is card number 1, okay? So I want you to remember your favorite because you guys are going to vote for your favorite card and that's the card I'm going to give away tonight, okay? All right. And Jeanette, your card is on its way. I had no idea. Mailing a card from Canada to the United States to Australia was almost $7. But we love Jeanette, so it's okay. we better, right? All right, so this here, I cut out that happy birthday the same way I did on the other one, but this I cut out of the two-way tape or two-way adhesive sheet, if you will. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade to anyone in the, let me just give you my face here for a second. Let's do it this way. I'm not trying to throw any shade to anybody that makes products for the card making industry. Anybody that has any adhesive sheets. Stampin' Up's one of them. I have some Stampin' Up ones, as a matter of fact. And I'm not trying to throw shade, but here's the thing. If you get this stuff on Amazon, it is so much cheaper. I mean, why is it that we find something that is not for the card making world, bring it into the card making world, you know, package it in a smaller scale because it's going on a card, which is a lot smaller than what most people are using it for in the real world, and then triple the price, right? So this is linked for you. This is the quality is no worse off, different, better, or anything than any other product I've ever used. I have some Gina K, I have Stampin' Up, and I have one other brand. And this, I'm gonna actually be honest with you, I think this is thicker. Like it feels like there's more adhesive in between the two sheets than any other one that I touch and feel and hold. But yeah, just do your homework, save yourself some money. But this one here, all you're gonna do is take the back off, put it on whatever you want it on, and then take the front off, okay? So make sure that you're putting it down on whatever you want it stuck on before you put your glitter. It's probably gonna be a lot easier for you than trying to peel this all off, and then it's all sticky, and now you gotta try and figure out how to get your glitter on there. So take the back off, put it on your card, then peel the front off. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it does. All right, so our next one that I want to show you is that exact thing, okay? So that was just with the happy birthday, and I want to show you now how I'm going to tackle this with the leaf one. All right. Now this one I believe is still current with my favorite things. I can't be 100%, but it's the leafy leaf dynamic. Just type in leaf. It should come up. I think it's still current. I'm not 100%. I have so much gum in here from trying to do this with the tape. Don't do that. It was an absolute nightmare. So I cut this out of the two-way. I keep wanting to call it two-way paper. It's not. Double adhesive. What do you call this stuff? Two-way adhesive paper, tape, paper, something.
Tape.
Two-sided paper,
Sticky
paper. Two-sided sticky paper. the sticky people paper eater. Okay. Anyway, so I die cut it. I peeled the back off and then I stuck it on here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this off, but I'm only going to take off half of it to start. Okay. And I'm going to show you why. Because if I only take off half, no, I think I should be okay. I'll be okay. I was only going to take off half because then I have less areas to touch and get de-stickied, but that's all right. I think I'll be okay. Now, I have a whole bunch of glitters here. This one I'm going to save for another project because you end up getting them all mixed up. So you see here, these kind of got a little bit mixed up. This one, I've got a lot of yellow in here, but I think I'm going to save that one for another project. I'm going to use my green and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in just a few random spots. Okay, like that. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to put this here. All right, you go in there. Now, let's pull out our yellow. I just got to look and see what colors I used here. Okay, yellow. Now, if you're careful enough here, no, it's not going to happen. Never mind. I was going to say, if you're careful enough, you may be able to save your different colors. And you know what? Actually, go from this little end, and then you don't take as much out. So make sure you leave that part on there, okay? Let's move this down so I'm not wasting as much glitter because I didn't need to pour it on there like that. Now I'm going to use a different color green because I want to get a couple different colors of green in here. And this one is basically, and don't throw the glitter out when you're done because there's going to be tons of different distress products or projects, distress projects, things that you can be adding that pre-mixed glitter to. And if you know me, you know that I'm going to say to you one day, hey, remember when we did that glitter night? Here's the glitter that I had saved. And then you guys are going to go, oh, I'm so glad I saved that because Cindy Lynn said we would use that for something else. And guess what? The time has come. So let's just do that. So we got a whole bunch of colors going on there. It looks like an absolute hot mess, right? But let's lay that down. And then put this one over top just so that I can kind of rub in that glitter so it's all into the stickiness. Now, if you're going to do this, I'm going to suggest making more than one card. And the reason is because you can take this piece, and I should have done this, but let's pretend this has this sticky on here, okay? You're going to peel it off, then you're going to put this upside down right on top of there, and then you're going to smoosh it, and guess what's going to happen? All that is going to transfer to this one. And if you still have some left over, do it again. Do it as many times as you feel is necessary. Compartmentalize, right? Make multiple cards. There you go. So I, on the other hand, I'm going to do that. And now look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? It is so stinking pretty. And you just have so many different colors going on there. I absolutely love it. So now you can take the Love You. This is my favorite things. And I used, hold on, let me tell you, right here. I used the Love You Big Time, right? And you know what I did? Hold on. I have to tell you guys what I did. Okay, so save yourself because I want to know if anybody's done this. I was like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I didn't know. So I thought, okay, I'm going to stamp this and I'm going to cut it out. So I thought, well, how am I going to know if this is over top it? Well, I'm going to make a stencil. So I took this and I cut it out on a piece of paper, right? So that oh, I'm just saving you the time so you don't do this. I cut this out. Okay, so that's gone. Now I have Love You here. And I had a piece of paper with love on it. And I went to line it up. But this love doesn't match that love. This doesn't cut this out. I was like, what is with that? My favorite things. Why? Why did you do this to me? I thought, I don't think these were sold together. But I think this is Love You Big Time Dies. I don't remember. I don't know. It's in my book. But anyway. So if you have these... just use your little sentiments for it, okay? Do not cut those out. So you can have a little laugh at me because that's what I did. But that is absolutely beautiful, I think. So, you know. And you see how I just did white here over top? Like, don't take away from your background, okay? So you see here, like, I just really love you is the main thing that you see there. And then the Love You Big Time. I think that's what it's called. Love You Big Time. I don't remember anyway, but there you have it. So now I can do another card and these, I'm going to suggest also when you make a whole bunch of these, save them. Just put them to the side, okay? You don't have to do this on every single background because what's going to happen is you're going to need a card and then you're going to be like, oh, wait a second, I have those backgrounds, okay? So you'll be able to go pull those out. Now, I did put some gems on here. I've got some of these faceted gems just kind of tucked in and around, one in there, one here, one there. And just in yellow, just, you know, because there's so much sparkle and stuff going on here, it didn't need a lot. But a black background is nicely going to complement your sentiment there. So there, I mean, that's my second favorite one. Okay, I'm going to show you my favorite one next. But this was the one I did first that got me on this whole kick, I think. I don't know what got me on this kick, but I was like, this one I'm going to show you next, I think was my favorite card of them all. What's everybody have to say, Miss Heather?
Everyone's loving it, saying beautiful, wow, love it.
Awesome.
Cheryl said double-side adhesive backed paper.
Well, there. Let's get technical. DSABP. DSABP. DSAB. It's DSAB. Double-sided adhesive backed paper. Okay, what she said. Thank you, Cheryl. All right, the next one that I want to do, which like I said, I think is my favorite. And I'm going to unveil what this is. All right, so this. I actually just got this here embossing folder in the recent Simon Says Stamp card kit. Let me get a black piece of paper out here. So this is what it looks like. It is 3D and absolutely stunning. I tried to find this on the website on its own and I can't find it. So if you some reason find this on the website, can you please in the comments below type, or in the chat if you're here tonight, but if you're watching this back, I'm going to make sure I ask this in the replay. If you see this and you know the name of it, please put it in the comments. So mental or note to future Cindy Lynn, put that in the comments so that other people can enjoy this stencil embossing folder, because it is, listen, do you hear that? Like, it is pretty. I mean, look at it. Oh my gosh, is that not so satisfying and beautiful? I was like, we have to make a glitter card out of this. So this is the card I made. Now, I also took this out of the same card kit. It's, nope, that's a lie. This is last month's card kit. This one, the stencil, or excuse me, the embossing folder is this month's card kit. This was last month's card kit. And I think I resolved I'm going to use this one because I guess I could maybe use this one. Let's see. No, I think we're going to use this one. Yeah, we're going to use this one. We're going to end up losing some of this bird, but that's okay. We'll live with it. Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to show you, this one is going to be super fun. Make sure you're not using any of your stamping wheels or anything like that here. This, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that I sprayed this and I stuck a block on it, but it's just really, that's what happens, okay? However, the essential glue pad, all right? This looks, this thing will not, you know how you guys do that? You stick your little thingies there so that your little lids stay in the lid. That doesn't happen because this is so sticky. But this looks just like an ink pad, okay? It feels like an ink pad. I'm not going to stick my finger in it because then I'm going to have sticky fingers. But it looks like an ink pad. It feels like an ink pad, but it's got glue in it. And I have to be totally honest with you. I don't know where the refill for this is. It's been gone for years. But this is still so sticky. And I can promise you that I have not used this before this technique here right now. I can promise you I've not used this pad in probably 10 years. And it is still sticky. So all you're going to do is you're just going to wipe this. And it is sticky, okay? Just wipe it. Now, if you don't use a 3D embossing folder, I can't guarantee what's going to happen. That one is not 3D, so I'll show you what happens on a non-3D one. But the 3D ones are really, really, really the best ones to do this on because the glue is not going to get all down in where it doesn't belong, right? So let's get a little thingy out here. And for this one, I'm going to use a kind of a coppery kind of color. What is this one called? Smoky quartz, a quartzy coppery color. And I'm just going to be really generous here. So I'm going to generously lay this on. And as I lift it up, all the glitter is going to fall. I mean, oh my God, are you looking at that? Is that not stunning? It is so stinking pretty. I love it. Now let's just make sure that my paper is going to cover what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm probably going to be good. Okay, so let's open this up.
So that embossing folder.
Did you find it?
Simon says stamp embossing folder, Dibble Tile Splendor.
Oh, well, there you go.
It was from the March, I think it was from the March card kit.
Oh, so you can't get it on its own.
No, it is.
Oh, you can.
It's an exclusive.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it's on there right now that you can pick this one up from Simon
Okay. All right. Well, I will do my very best to make sure that's linked for the replay, the edited replay. So I am going to vacuum up a few little spots where I feel it's a little thick. That looks about good to me. I like it. Now this guy, I'm going to lay this on here right about like that, I guess, is probably about where I want it. And let's just make a little mark somewhere like here and here. And then that, you know, with our high technical techie tool, and then we'll have an idea as to where I want to cut this. Somewhere around there. And I'm not even going to ink this up. I'm just going to go with whatever ink is already on there. Don't think I need to ink it up. A little bit down here. I hope this is trimmed. Oh, wow, this is really small. Because you got to remember your paper when you're cutting your paper and you're going to 3D emboss it. remember that, oh, this is going to end up with glitter all over it. Remember that it's going to shrink it quite a bit. It's going to end up with glitter. That's okay. Did you guys see Tiffany's recent video? I just looked at her, how she organizes stuff, and she has a really cool little binder that she keeps all these little, well, the intention is to put all these little things in it. And I was like, hey, that's kind of a cool little thing. I have so many of those, and none of them end up where they belong. They all end up in a little bucket, and it's like, that would be kind of nice to keep them organized. But I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Okay, so basically you're just going to adhere this to here, and then I'm going to save that piece. I feel like I could have probably even cut this a little bit more. I'm not going to put it all together because, of course, here is your finished card, right? So you're just going to stick a sentiment on it, and then trust me, the glitter, it's really not showing up here as nicely as I would like for it to, but that's okay. I'm going to put that to the side, and then you can see here that that's your finished card. And I love this one. I wish that I could have used the other side of this, but the problem with that is I would have had to put this on this side of the card. And I don't know, I want to see a thumbs up if you guys agree with me, but there's just something about taking this and then putting it on, where's the other half of it? It's somewhere here in this little plethora of things. Anyway, sticking it on this side of the card. You know, and then, I don't know, like I can't work from right to left. I have to work from left to right. I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but that's kind of how I feel about that kind of thing. So there's that card for you. Now let me figure out which one I'm doing next. Let me look at my card samples. Oh, maybe I should do this one, because this one was, oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll show you this one. So here, I'm not gonna do it all over again, but this is not a 3D folder, okay? This is the Spellbinders Radiant Burst. This was April 2022. But I want you to see here, if I can get it close enough for you guys, that there's a lot of glitter in between all of these sunbursts here, okay? So see here, it's all like in there as well. But this here, hello, I want you to remember this, okay? Because this came from somewhere. And I'm going to show you that I just made another card with it, so I didn't end up throwing it away. So I think that's going to lead me into doing this one. Let's do this one. Okay, so this one right here. This here is actually easier than you're going to think it is, because you could do this two ways, okay? You could stamp your U with the glue pad. That's going to be an awful mess to clean up, I would think. I don't know. You go ahead, you do you. You can stamp it if you want with this, but I'm going to show you an easier way. Well, okay, let me retract that. I'm going to show you a less messy way. How about that? A cleaner way to do this, okay? So let me grab my Misty. And let's get our word U in here. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this. I've done this before, so I was happy to be reminded about it when I was scouring through videos looking for different techniques and things for glitter.
And you want to make sure it's a solid stamp, not an outline.
Yes. Well, you could use an outline. You're just not going to get a very good effect, right? I wouldn't think you're going to get the best effect from using... the more solid, the better. 100%. Thank you for reminding me of that. See? What would we do without Heather? All right. And you can burn this, so be very careful as well. So take your time with this. This isn't a race, it's a marathon when we're doing this technique. So I'm going to use my Versamark. And first of all, let me destaticify, sorry.
Anti-magic scatter
De-statification.
pool.
My anti-magic statter pool. Absolutely. De-staticify that. See, this is why we edit videos. And those that were here tonight and see the edited version, you'll be like, how the heck does she get that down to 10 minutes? Okay. And I'm using my Versamark Dazzle right now. The only two instances this is good in is number one, is if you need to see better where your, it's really, there it is. If you need to see better where your Versamarked image is, or B, if you're going to only go over top of it with clear. We are going to go over top of it with clear tonight, but we're not going to leave it clear. So when you use clear embossing powder, there is a very small, short window in between when it's still hot and sticky and when it's hardened, okay? Now, our goal is to catch it in between its sticky and hardened state, okay? So I'm going to have my glitter ready, and I'm going to take the cap off of it. I do not want to sprinkle here. I want to pour, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the whole thing in my clear, all right? So the whole thing is covered in clear. Now, the key here is to emboss slowly. So we're going to heat set it so that maybe only the Y. Now, a little bit of the O is going to get heat set as well. I was like, what is on my nail? A little bit of the O will get heat set, but that's okay. Ignore it, okay? Whatever glitter doesn't stick on will catch on the next pass. So the idea here is to use a hot gun. So I'm going to let my gun heat up for a second while I grab a sip of my coffee. I have to tell you guys, while that's heating up, I bought a Nespresso. Where's my Nespresso people out there? Holy cow. Like, it just takes being a coffee snob to a whole new level. I want to know where my Nespresso people are. And I have figured out a way, of course I have, on how to reuse my Nespresso pods. Of course I have. All right, so heat the back. This is probably a lot louder on this mic too, I apologize, but so the trick here is to move my embossing powder away from my workspace. I'm going to set this up so that it is hands-free on my table. I'm used to doing this the other way over here. Will you work with me? There we go. Okay. So, and the reason why I want it hands-free is because I need this hand for my glitter, right? So I'm going to bring it in until I see it's melted, and then I'm going to quickly pour my glitter and then take it off, okay? Now I'm going to go again, and I'm reheating the original part that may have already melted, and then I'm quickly going to go again, okay? And then one last time, and it's really hot, so be careful. One last time. Oh, I got a tiny little bit down here that I'm going to reheat and do one more time. All right. So now I have my YOU. All right. So this will work really good with solids. Solid excuse me. Do not bark at mama. All right. So solid shapes. Anything that you got a good surface on, you're going to be able to get a good impression on there. Now I'm going to be totally honest with you. The first time I did it, I burned my paper. Excuse me. It kind of went yellow. So you know what? You just start again because I held it too long. So a little bit of practice there. So then this here You cannot use these dies to cut this U out of here, all right, just in case. I didn't try that, but I did try to cut it out when I stamped it. So I just kind of fussy cut it around, all right? And I don't remember when I stamped all of these, but I had a ton of these black and white sentiments because, of course, you guys know that I have all of my little sentiment drawer and my little words drawer. You guys have seen my tour now, so you know where I'm turning around and where I'm grabbing this from. So keep those handy. And when you cut a whole sheet of them or you foil a whole sheet of them, make sure you save them. This flower came from a dollar store sheet. This here is from My Favorite Things, just paper. I mean, look at that. How many times could you sit and do that right? Use the pinchy tool. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. See, Miss Chris, Karen, sorry, Chris's name right above you. There we go. Now you guys can ask Jeanette about that, about the dog spray thing. But anyway, yes, you can use the pinchy tool. So there is the word you. So you could just sit and do a whole bunch of those. You could stamp the word you over and over and over if you wanted. You may end up having to do that because you may burn it the first couple times, but there turns into that. Okay, simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, so our next one is with the same glue. Okay, the same little gluey pad dude. Where did it go? Hold on. Here it is, right here. And we're going to use hold on. I feel like, you know, if you can't see that I'm faced this way, you'd be all like, what is she doing? We can hear her humming. I'm looking for a stencil. Is it in my container?
Oh, while you're doing that, we'll maybe just take a minute. Kimberly, thank you very much. She said for everybody, don't forget to hit the like button.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Also, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, this is a different channel, so you may not be subscribed. Check your subscribe, check your notifications, all of that. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, you can't chat. If you can't chat, you can't win a card at the end of this.
Oh, I got a number of those cards.
Look, I've been keeping track.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna have to number them. Oh man, I might have to go find me a Geometrics and More stencil
Another
set.
stencil.
You know how many times I've done this? You'd think I'd have like a whole bunch of them here. Where is it? I might have to go get me some geometric stencils out here. Did I use it in another project? No, I used it. Oh.
Is it in your favorite tools?
No, it's in the thing being cleaned.
Oh.
Here it is. That's right. No, it's here. I found it. It's in between the paper towel behind me because I had to clean it because I just used it. Okay, so let's go back and number our cards so that you guys can put in your minds which ones are your favorites so that we know which card we're giving away tonight.
So the leaf is number 2.
Okay, this one's number 2. Okay, let me get a pencil. Number 2. I'm going to write them where I stick my sticker. Number 2. This one.
The circle embossing folder is 3.
Okay, this one's number 3. And in case
and then the last one, the word, is number 4.
Where is my, oh, here it is, number 1. So this was number 1. We did happy birthday, so if you need to go back. Okay, the leaf here, that's this one, right? This is number 2. This one, the circle folder, is number 3. And I'm going to assume that this one is not, you don't want that one in the running. That one's not as pretty. So this one's number 4. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so we'll put these ones over here. Now we're going to do card number 5. Card number 5. So this one, I am going to bring out my Wendy Vinci board because this one is a little messier. I lost a magnet. Here it is. So we are going to take just a regular, and this is all regular cardstock, you guys. I haven't used anything fancy schmancy here at all. So this one here, I think I'm going to throw a wrench into things here with this one because I found that no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how I fixed it, okay? Because one of the problems I found here is this is a very straight edge. So to rub this on here, I was getting very straight lines, but I'm going to show you what I did to fix that. So I'm just going to lay some down like this. It's kind of like a little bit of a challenge, you know, but just try to hold things in place, and that's probably good. Now, remember, I told you I had some of my back here, right? Because I've already made one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of, oh, I forgot to tell you guys something. I got into Comic-Con. If you know me, you know that I've been going on about this for the better part of like 8 months, begging and praying and hoping I got into Comic-Con, and I did. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, back to the card making. See what happens with my brain? Things just come in at random times. Can you imagine living with me, being married to me? Okay, so there. Now, all I'm going to do is just kind of shake this around. I'm just using up leftover, okay? So now is where I'm going to show you the problem that I had. The problem that I had was these here lines, and I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. Okay, so all you're going to do is just come in and just gently use your finger and rub off any of those spots where it kind of looks like that. Here, there, and now it's just not so. You could even take that little bit off there if you wanted or whatever, and now it's just not so harsh there, you know what I mean? So how easy is that to just use up? And this mermaid one, I mean, y'all should have this in your little plethora of my inky finger stencils. So that one's in the geometrics and more. So easy, right? Now, if you followed me for any length of time, you know, okay, there's the card, by the way, and those used from a couple weeks ago, the Little Mermaids, and these you can get free on my website under the freebies. They're linked last week, but they're under Inky freebies or whatnot. There's a tab right at the very top of the page. Maybe, Heather, you could have a pic of the website. Tell me what the tab's called. Got to look on a computer, though, to know what the tab's called. Anyhow, so I threw a few gems in there. But if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I love doing my glitter and stuff, right? But this is just with some paste. Okay, so this here background I made, believe this was in one of our events with the besties. I just pulled it out of my background section and I went with different colors and just kind of laid it all on there, right? So you can do the exact same thing with paste, okay? You can also do this same technique right here with embossing powder, and then you can heat it and it bubbles and it looks so cool. I need to drop. Okay, Miss Sarita, dream happy. She'll be able to catch the replay. Okay, so there is this one. So this one is card number 6, I think.
Number 5.
Oh, 5. Oh, I guess it is 5. All right, card number 5. Okay, so we're numbering them so you guys can remember what your favorite card is, because whichever is everybody's favorite card will be the card that I give away. So there's that. Now I have a super fun one. I think what I'm gonna do though is I want to show you guys how I did this one, and I want it to dry. Wait, didn't I already do a background? Maybe not. That sucks. Why didn't I do this background? I'm going to do it next. If I'd have done it right in the beginning, it probably would have been dry by now. So let's make this. Let's make this. I'm missing a magnet. There it is. Okay. Let me just clean this up really quick. Come back and chat a few. And I think what I'll do is I'll just stick with you guys while I make this background, because I don't need to show in the video how to make this because it's not a video about making distress backgrounds. It's a video. Oh, we're already at 7 o'clock. Okay, well, I'll make this one quick. Oh, there's my thingy over here. This one I actually don't even have. Oh yeah, I have them all out right here. That's why I have these out. So these 3. All right, well, let's make it. I should probably do it in my splatter box, actually. I had a really cute person today ask me what I use my splatter box for. So I said, well, for splatters and sprays, of course. And I linked her to the video. And then she said something like, oops, well, I guess I had that one coming, didn't I? I was like, of all the questions, at least she kind of went, oh, yeah, now I realize. But I think she had FOMO. She was so worried that there was some new innovative thing, and she was afraid to not ask in case something new had come out in the crafting world. And hold on, I'm going to zoom out and bring my face back for you guys. Let's zoom out there. All right. Yeah, she was worried that something new had come out. And anyway, it was really cute. All right, so let's do a background. Actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll do this one next for anybody that doesn't want to stick around for this one, because this one, I don't want you to miss this. That's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to shift gears here. Hold on. I'm going to shift
While
gears.
You're flipping that around, your mermaid link is in the distress technique revealed. That was the episode.
Oh, right. Yeah, but on the website, I mean, I think it's the middle tab under freebies is what I think. I think where it says Inky Bestie links and freebies, I think.
Oh, on the My Inky Fingers
yeah,
website.
like right next to that.
I was looking for the YouTube.
That's okay. Right next to that is the right next to Inky Bestie links and freebies. So hold on, you guys. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper. And I think I'm going to go with this one just so that we can get a totally different technique going here, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull out some dies right here. Hello, dies. I should, that's okay. I'll take my face off I'll take my face off. I feel like I'm going to be, de-makeuping and going to bed or something. When I take my face off, where is my trimmer? Over here. I have nothing here because I'm in the middle of a video right now, but I want to show you this technique before I show you the other one, because then if you gots to go.
So your tab is called Freebies for Everyone.
Oh, that's what it is. It's under Freebies for Everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hedda. All right, so now the only thing was with this, it was really easy for me to, so I'm going to have to do it like this. I'm going to lay them out here, H. Okay, I'm going to take my face off here for a second. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. H, E. So I'm lining it up here so that I can get even placement up there. H-E-L. Now I have an L that I've got to get in there. So I'm just going to put this here and see if my placement is right for this. If I put my O right there. Let me see if I take this out, put that there. Yeah, it looks like pretty good placement. So I'm just going to move that back. And actually, I could even do this at the end. So let's just do those 2 first. Or 3, I guess. 3. And let's go with a skinny one of these. No, let's go with the medium one. So we're going to take this out. And we're going to stick that right there. And we should have done the LO first. because then we know how far from the edge of our paper we are. Hindsight is always...
Backspace, delete, delete.
Yep. And I can't, and that I can't even edit that out. Like that's just the way it's gonna be. All right. Oops, that's not long enough. Get a longer piece. Okay. Because we want to start at the edge of our paper. So we're going to start right about here. Low. All right. So let's die cut the low. What? You can speak. Going to Best Buy. Yeah. Okay. What happened to my stamp shelf there? Is it half hanging off the wall? That whole black shelf. Yeah, it's all crooked. Is it like... Anyway. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Does the LED lights work off this one as well?
I don't know, and I can't answer that right now. Sorry. Okay, I need to go back to my video.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye, Todd.
I meant you can speak for 10 seconds. Not 1 minute. He's halfway up the stairs going, yeah, I noticed that. Okay, so we'll go back in here.
Keep
with
your
our...
insert of your O.
Excuse me?
Keep the insert of the O. Don't lose that.
Yes, keep the middle of your O. And we shall go like that. And then we'll bring this in here. It's kind of hard to see.
You almost need a black piece of paper under it.
I almost do. Let's do that. Much more better. And you can always follow the dots. Like hopefully there's some kind of pattern for you to follow. But that's looking about... Let me just see when I put this in there where the dies are sitting. So they're sitting kind of... Will you fit in there for a second? Thank you. Okay, so they're kind of sitting right on the line. Kind of like that. Okay. All right. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. This one...
And if it's not exact, that's why it's called homemade.
Exactly. And this one here, I have to tell you, I had never seen this technique before. And I have to give credit to a very amazing girl that did, past tense, amazing videos. I loved her videos. And this was somebody that I actually used to watch very long time ago. They no longer make YouTube videos, sadly. The jerks of YouTube ran her off, but I saw It's Me JD do this particular technique, and I was like, oh yeah, I've never seen this before. I love this one. This one's good. This one's good. So It's Me JD. The letters J and the letter D is the girl that did this. Now, this word here, hello. If you remember, I showed you in the beginning that card that I took the word, I have to flip here for a second. I took the hello out of here and I put it there. So now you have the word hello here. You can save this and put it on a different card, okay? So, but I'm going to show you how to do this one. And this, I thought, was absolutely genius. Save your little middle part of your O here because you're going to need that, all right? But I thought this was really smart. So, does anybody know? Actually, does anybody know? I know I loved her too, Chris. Does anybody know what I'm going to pull out here to put this sparkle in there? Does anybody know? Well, we'll see, because by the time I get it on there, you guys are got to catch up to me. So I'm going to take a piece of packing tape and I'm just going to lay the packing tape. Oh, hold on. You got to have some silicone here. Hold on. Silicone. Okay, so that when you lay your packing tape down, you're not
Stuck to paper?
sticking it to paper. If it was JD, she would have done it perfectly. But, you know, I'm just the copycat, Cindy Lynn here, copycatting her little technique. I thought it was genius. And then I really struggled here. I was like, I was like, I can't put pink because it's too close to the pink. And I don't want to do green because there's too much green. And then I was just going on and on and on and on and on. And Heather goes, why don't you do silver? And I was like, oh my gosh. That's why I keep her around. So why wreck a good thing? Actually, here you could almost do a color, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do the silver as well. But the middle piece, grab your tweezers and glitter paper. Glitter paper would have been a good, I got to follow my colors. So this goes this way. Yep. Watch your little patterns here, okay? I almost put that upside down. Not that anybody would have noticed, but there. Now let's grab a piece of you. Okay. Oh, and get your silicone out of there, because guess what? Glitter and silicone, they don't get along. Well, they do actually. They fall in love and they enter into a very long-term relationship right away. Commitment. They have no commitment issues. They just want to commit to each other forever. And your glitter will stick like crazy to all of your silicone. So look at that. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? My O probably could have been a little bit closer, but who cares? It is so stinking pretty. Now, if you take some silver cardstock or even glitter cardstock, and as a matter of fact, I have a card coming up, and I don't know why I didn't. Well, I do know why, because then nobody would take my class. But this is a really good time for me to show you. I have a class coming up, and I'm all about the glitter here in this card. So I'm going to show you, this is not glitter paper. I'm going to show you how to make this glitter match all of this glitter. That's all. And if you guys remember him, he's the Spellbinders Dancing birthday monster. And I did a card with him. I don't know where it is, but he was really cutesy, whatever. But he is so super cute here. You are the cutest. So this card is all about the glitter. I'm going to use distress glitter here. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what we're doing tonight. But if you take this class, you'll learn how to make the background here all the way around look like glitter paper, but it's not. And it will always match all of your glitter that you're going to use on the fronts of your cards. So I put that on just a plain piece of silver cardstock, and I added some Prima flowers to it, and it was good to go. I mean, and that's going to be just as pretty. So these will make it into cards, okay? But a little packing tape goes a long way. I mean, now here, this is where you could really play with your intricate dies, okay? So you're going to cut out your fancy, intricate flowers and vines and all this, that, and the other, and then flip it upside down, flip it upside down, put it on your silicone sheet, fill it with your packing tape, and then you are good to go, right? So this one is card number 6. So I'm going to do the card giveaway, okay, because I'm not going to make you hang out for this one. If you want to hang out for this one, this is just going to be a bonus, okay? But I'm not going to make you hang out to win the card for that, because we're already at 7:20. So we have card, you need to vote for your favorites, okay? So this is card number 1.
You're pretty zoomed in. I don't know if
I
you can
know,
zoom
I'm on split screen, but if I go to workspace, I gotta add my face back on here, which I think I can zoom out a little bit anyway. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, so card number 1 is the graffiti happy birthday background. Card number 2 is the leafy one. And you're basically just voting for your favorite right now, okay? So you're just going to type it in the description, or in the, excuse me, the chat. Number 3 is the 3D embossing folder glitter card. Number 4 is the glitter U. Number 5 is the mermaid glitter, and number 6 is the packing tape glitter. So I want you guys to first of all vote for your favorite card. And while you guys are voting, Jeanette, I was talking about you before you came in. I was mentioning how in Canada, when they're training service dogs, they use non-alcoholic mouthwash in a water mixture, and they'll spray them because they don't like the mint or something, and it helps them learn to correct behaviors or something like that. Anyway, I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but yeah. So let's see which one we got. Number 3 seems like, you know what's funny? Number 3, and these two are my favorites too. Number 3 is looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For sure, number 3 looks like it's the most popular. So I think what we'll do is we'll say number 2 was, why the heck can't I get out of there? Number 2 is not far behind. So I'll say number 3 was our favorite. You never heard of that? Okay, well, Jeanette hasn't heard about it, so then it can't be real. Because Jeanette, we know Jeanette trains dogs. She trains canines, right? Police dogs, canine dogs, not service dogs, canine dogs. But anyway, okay. So while I pull out my stuff here to make my background, I have to think of a question. Oh, okay, here. Let's see.
And wait till I hit start.
Yes.
And then everyone can answer.
Yes. Wait till Heather says go or start, whatever she says. Number 2 and 2. Lee is like, and number 2. Okay. So, and I'll take a variety of answers here. You don't have to type out the exact thing because I just want to see how well you guys know me, because I mentioned that I was really excited. I got accepted to go to Comic-Con, which is Fan Expo, by the way. If you're like, what is Comic-Con? If you're old like me, it's Comic-Con. If you're young and hip and cool and you're in today's generation, it's called Fan Expo. But we'll see how well you know me. What is it I sell when I go to my markets and Fan Expo? And I'll take a variety of answers here, Heather. Whatever is closest. And if you've already won a card this month, well, it's only in the last month. It's beginning of January. It's the beginning of January. Did you know that? If you've won a card in the last month, we'll try to let someone else. Jeanette, I sent your card. I couldn't believe it was almost $7 to send a card. I said, it's a good thing we like Jeanette all the way in Australia, right? Okay, so I am going to use some watercolor paper here.
We got some answers coming in. Chris Hartley was first.
I'll take Legos. It's Lego framed art, Lego frames, all that jazz. So yeah, I'll take what Chris said. So I do custom framed Lego art. And if you're like, what is that? It's on my website now, so you can always have a look at it there. But first thing we want to do here is emboss, and I've got to remember what embossing folder I used, because I don't.
While you're going through that.
Yep.
To Chris Hartley, make sure that you fill out the winner's form.
Oh yes. And say glitter card number 3. And I'll put it right up here so that you can see what card is coming your way, honey. Okay, I gotta find the oh no, it's I know where it is. It's a isn't it a...
Chris is saying, give mine to the next. I am supposed to have won last month.
Did I mail you a card last month?
I remember Chris saying something earlier in the chat that she still hadn't gotten her card yet.
Well, I mailed you. Which card was it, Chris? Do you remember? Maybe it's with Catherine's card kits. Maybe they're like hanging out somewhere in the postal system.
Post black hole.
Right? Okay, where is my, is this, oh my goodness. Where is the embossing
I know that
folder for
embossing
this?
folder.
I
recognize
know.
it.
I'm trying to remember because I don't have it out here with all my embossing folders that I used. So it's not in my little, oh God, it is. It's right here. It's here. All right. Okay. So let's try this again. So this is a Simon Says stamp, I believe.
So Chris
No?
Hartley said she won the mermaid. No, before the mermaid.
Oh, I need to know what it was. Hold on, I'll look here. I'll tell you what card it is. And I always mark them off green when I send them. Responses, view in sheets. And Chris Hartley, you won. Yeah, the pop-up card. Of course I mailed that to you. I mailed that to you quite some time ago. Because you won that on the 7th of March. Yeah, that was the one with the sand and the little penguin. I 100% mailed it to you. What is going on with the mail?
So if we're going to the next one, that would be Mealy.
Mealy? Oh my
Mealy.
gosh. Mealy's going to have her very own My Inky Fingers card. I don't know if we can do that. I have to say, Lee, I put some regular chapstick on my mouth the other day because I was upstairs and I was eating sunflower seeds and it was drying my lips out and I needed some chapstick. And anyway, I pulled out a regular old chapstick. It was cherry, I have to say. It was cherry. It was cherry chapstick. So I did a little Katy Perry there. But I have to say, ugh, I have been spoiled with Lee's chapstick. It's not even chapstick. I can't even call it chapstick because it's nothing like chapstick. It's just, it's heaven on your lips is what it is. But, okay, that is obviously not my combination.
So we need Lee then to fill out the winner's form.
Why is that not going through? Oh
is it a 3D?
Yeah, but this is the right combination. Oh my gosh. That just doesn't feel right. And I'm going to have to spray this.
Don't.
I have to spray this.
Lee says, no, regular chap, so pedestrian.
What?
She said, regular chap, so pedestrian.
Yeah, it was gross. And I'm just like, ooh, it's so waxy and disgusting. Ugh. Jeez. Okay, wait. It's going to take lift off here in a second. When it comes out the other end, it's going to go flying. All right, we got it done. Yeah, I want to show you how I did this, though, because this was... I had to get my colors in the right spots, and we'll use the Barbie tanning bed for this, too. There's all kinds of fun stuff going on this one. All right. Yeah, but I'm so freaking spoiled with your child. We need to talk, girl, because here's what I'm talking about. Lee sent me for Christmas this and some other balm and some actual honey, unpasteurized, amazing goodness. I don't think that that was the right combination. Do you see what I did here? Oh my gosh. That's okay. We're going to get so much going on here that it's all going to come out in the wash. All right, let's get my splatter box out and I'll show you how I did this. So one of the things that is important here is to get the right colors in the right places. Now, I started with an oxide and I have like this oxidized, I'm going to do it in an oxide to start, and then I'm going to switch it because I want to show you guys exactly how I did it. So I did some green there. I did some green down here. And then I was like, I do not like all that green. I don't. So I ended up spraying a lot of it off, and I'm just going to try and recreate how I actually did this. So there, and we'll pull out our Heat It tool. I have to tell you guys, I had today the absolute worst anxiety. I think it was just because it seems like lately, Thursdays have just been a bad day. Last week was a bad day. Dad had a bad day on I think it was a Thursday not long ago. I don't know what it was. I was stressed. I think I was stressed out too because I'm leaving tomorrow. It's snowing. I'm disappointed I didn't get my video finished. And I had such terrible anxiety. And now I'm getting anxiety thinking about everything again because it was all gone. I was going to say, I'm so happy we got to hang out because I'm so not stressed right now. Okay, so you'll see what I mean here with this icky oxidization. I don't like that effect at all because see how it's got blue, and I don't like that effect. So I put that away and I pulled out my bundled sage stain, and I'm just going to kind of go in some of these areas down here, and I'm going to heat that. And got my paper towel so I can be picking up little extra bits of water. And I won't do the entire thing, but I want to show you what I did in order to get the glitter going, okay? Because this is a really fun thing to do to your cards. So, once you use Lee's products, you won't go back. I could totally go somewhere with that, but it's a family channel. Actually, this can be a whatever the hell I want channel. Family channel.
Karen wrote, said, I need soft lips, Lee. I'm like, Karen, this is a family channel.
Oh, Karen, I'm dying to hear how Easter went. We need an Inky Bestie event. We've got one coming up on the, I was going to say the 13th, but wait, that's still March. If that goes to show how my month is going. We got one coming up next Wednesday. Let's put it that way.
10th.
All right. All right, now I'm going to come in with my, whoopsie. Let's shake it, you know. I would be here for a month of Sundays. We're really going to shake this. I don't do, whatever.
Chris was asking how much were the glitters. Do you recall?
Yeah, there was an Arteza set, which was way cheaper than Martha Stewart ones. And they clocked in US just over 20 bucks for, I want to say 52 glitters, but I could be wrong on the amount. But they were like this, right? I mean, I couldn't believe the deal on those. So I was like, yeah, I'll link those. I wasn't linking the Martha Stewart ones. So I'm going to heat this one just so that I get a good base of my yellow down, and then we're going to go to town and blend everything up here. Need a little bit more yellow there. I just need a good base going down here, and then we're going to add a bunch of water and get it all going. All right. All right, and then we're going to add more water to this side, get it all moving. And don't forget, a lot of this you're going to trim off, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. I saw so many cool things today. I have to tell you too, I went to the art store and oh my gosh, I got home and realized that they should have charged me $70.89 and they charged me $7.89. So of course I called and I was like, okay, listen here. You guys made a mistake. Not in your favor, in my favor. Anyway, And as it turns out, you know what? Good karma be mine, I suppose. Because as it turns out, they didn't want my money and wouldn't take my credit card over the phone and said, "Don't worry about it. We'll fix it on our end." And I was just like, "That's just not right." And I argued, and they were like, "Nope, nope, not your fault. You're a good customer." I'm like, "It's human error. It was just a zero." I said, "It could have gone the other way, and you could have charged me $700.89, you know?" And I'm sure, actually, my credit card company probably would have went, hello, a $700 charge in an art store. Well, actually, maybe they wouldn't have, because I have spent, like, I've spent over 500 there before. But anyhow, so good karma be mine. So Heather and I was talking about how the prices of stuff had gone up. I was like, "Oh my God, 2 years ago, this was this much, and now it's this much." She's like, "No, now it's free." It's like, okay, yeah, I guess. So I'm going to leave that at that because I'm kind of liking how that looks. I'm envisioning it trimmed up. So I'm going to make sure that I'm pretty much dry, and we're going to pull out.
2, 3 questions.
Okay, sure. Lay them on me.
Karen is asking, would mica powders work too?
For glitter?
I think that's what she's asking.
A lot of these techniques you can substitute mica powder. I wouldn't suggest it only because mica's so much more money, number one, for product ratio, right? And once you mix them, you know, you can, but you're not going to get the same effect, right? But a lot of these techniques, yes, you can use mica for sure.
Okay, so the next one is, did you say this was regular paper or watercolor paper that you're doing this technique on?
Yes, this one is my Canson watercolor paper, Miss Lee.
Okay, and then Chris Hartley was wondering what's the name of the embossing folder. I put the Simon Says stamp, that Dibble Tile Splendor. I'm not sure what the name of this one is.
I don't know. And you know, maybe I need to start labeling them. This is a oh, you know what? This came from Simon Says Stamp. You guys might remember a long time ago I got the sunflowers, because I think these are sunflowers or something, right? Or something like that.
Daisies.
Daisies, okay, yeah. This is Simon Says Stamp, and this is what it looks like. So you can use any 3D folder here. Actually, I have a really nice Alta New one, but I just use that all the time. And I remember I showed you guys the black and black technique with the, remember how we put the color, you know, in here, and then we embossed it, and then we did the black. And anyway, it was the same one. So I was like, yeah, I need to use something different. But let me pull out my parchment paper, because you heard the beep. So what time is it?
It is 7:40.
No, it's this time.
Oh.
Hold on, I don't have it on this screen. It's like, it's this time.
In the Barbie world.
I'm not singing for you.
Okay, anyway.
My granddaughter and I do sing that, the two of us together, but that's in my own home with no one around.
I gotta tell you guys, Melanie came in and Heather was there, and I said, "Melanie, did you see my new Barbie tanning bed?" And she's kind of looking at me all sus, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, my Barbie tanning bed." And I pulled it out. I'm like, "What do you think?" She's like, "Oh, that's pretty." And I'm like, "It's my Barbie tanning bed." And she's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "Okay, it's not really a Barbie tanning bed." But I had her fooled. I mean, you know, she is 7, but 8. An 8-year-old fooled. I had her fooled. Hey, you will never ever look at this on anybody's channel ever again and not think of a Barbie tanning bed. And if you end up with one, you will be showing your kids, grandkids, friends of grandkids, kids, people, children your Barbie tanning bed. And then you have to say to them, if you can figure out how to get your Barbie in it, I'll let you tan her in it.
Oh, I wouldn't be saying that to some of them.
Isn't it the boys, though, that would be like, you know, I don't think you
Right.
could get it open. Oh, yeah, there is like, yeah, they need a screwdriver, not a pick and poke, Karen, but a screwdriver that's really long. Like, my pick and poke doesn't even reach where the screw is down there. Yes, not a pick and poke, Karen, but a screwdriver. Okay, so here we go. I didn't quite get all of those little guys out of there,
So
but
that embossing folder is actually a Simon Says stamp
Yep.
embossing folder, Fresh
Yep.
Daisies.
fresh daisies. Thank you. Whoever found that, Heather, was that you?
I found that on the Simon Says stamp website.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're
I'm
gonna
a
zoom
Barbie
in. Oh,
girl
crap.
in the Barbie world.
Hold on. Turn Barbie off. Okay, there we go. All right, we left Barbie running. So here, I'm going to give you just a lowdown on how I did this. It took me a month of Sundays to do all of these, okay? But I'm going to give you a lowdown on how I did it. Let me see which colors I used. I used yellow. I used that same smoky quartz because I already had them out on my table. So it was like, why, you know, use something else when I already have these? And this one, I had to find a, Sizzix sent me a bunch of their stuff. The second time they sent me a replacement machine, because the first time they sent me a replacement machine, I had to pay to collect it, and I wasn't very happy. So they sent me a bunch of their stuff to say sorry. So thank you, Sizzix. I'd much rather not have to keep sending my machine back. But anyway, that's all right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull out my pen. Okay. And I'm going to show you the most difficult parts. All right. I'll start up here. So what I found to be the most difficult was these are not only are they leaves, but they're also little buds. Okay. So let's do the buds first. And the trick with these two-way glue pens is to just push down and activate the little ball inside of there, and the glue kind of disperses, okay? And you guys know I love these dang things. I use them all the time. So there's that on that one section. I won't do all of the sections. I'll work kind of in this area just so I can show you guys how I did this, because I just thought, oops, wrong color. I just thought it was so relaxing just to kind of add these little extra elements to here. They were fun. So there's that one. Now I'm hoping, yes, it is dry enough. That's good. It probably could have been a little bit more dry, but there, that's all the buds. Okay, so now the buds are done. Now let me grab another color. Do you guys hear Chloe up there having a breakdown? I took her out today, mother-dog-ter day, and actually this guy at Michael's holds the door for me to go into Michael's, and I was like, thank you, and I push by him, and then I hit the handicap thing, and then the door starts to open, so he starts to progress in front of me, and then he looks and he goes, that's a dog, and I'm like, no, that's my dog tour. He goes, I held the door for you. I thought it was a child. If I'd have known it was a dog. And I went, you wouldn't have held the door for me if you knew it was a dog? He goes, well, yes, I would have, but I thought it was a child. I'm like, so then he starts talking to me about Chloe and know what kind of dog is she and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, hold on. You weren't going to hold the door for me because it's a dog. So I'm getting a little thick here. So I got to kind of chill out.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Yep. All right. That was a
So
good
Chris
one.
Hartley was asking.
I want to
if
know where
he
your
can
card
stencil-
is.
Oh,
Damn, Chris. I'm going to go look through my basket. I know it's not there. But anyway, I'm sorry. What did Chris ask?
she was asking if the stencils were part of the Easter
No.
50
Card
just
kits.
card
Yeah.
kits.
But you get 15% off the stencils all day, every day, because you're an Inky Bestie. But the Inky Bestie discount doesn't stack on the card kits. And those are only past card kits. Okay, so I did all my stems. And the beauty here is, I'm going to show you, some of them were a little thick, kind of like my friend.
Yes, I am.
Hey, I can call me fat, but you can't call me fat. Okay, so if you feel like this one here might be a little bit thick, don't worry. Just get your little pin out and just kind of take some of the glitter off with your pin, and then bam, you're done. Okay, so there's that. I mean, look at how much that adds to there. So pretty, right? So there's my green. Now, these little guys, I added green to these too, just because, I don't know, they looked like leaves of some kind. And then all these little dots, I thought, why not? I'll just add like green to these too. And I probably should have put some brown on those ones by the looks of it. That's okay. Let's just get a little green going here. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do my yellow. My yellow, this was a lot of fun. And all I did was lines. And I just went out. And there's no rhyme or reason. I just followed the grooves. And I just threw these lines out here.
Catch the groove.
Catch the grooves, exactly. And you're going to learn, glitter is so forgiving, but just a few of these little accents. I mean, what got me doing this one is I like to do this with my stickles, but you know what? Sometimes there's, and actually, I was at the craft store today and I was looking at these little tiny little bottles. They're smaller than my glue bottle. They were like half the size of this. And I was like, oh, I need some of those. What do I need those for? And I was trying to remember, and I couldn't remember. And as soon as I got home, I was like, yeah, that's what that was for. Because I wanted to try my hand at DIY stickles, because all of this glitter, right? That's a whole nother video, though. But anyway, yeah, that's what they were for. And now they're not here. They're there. So there is the yellow, right? So now we got all the yellow there. And then I went really, really dark with espresso, and here I just did a bunch of dots, and I just kind of kept doing the dots until I felt like I had enough dots, and if I put any more, then it was just going to end up with one big blob, and I didn't want one big blob. I wanted dots, because when we add this in here, you can see that it looks like dots, right? I mean, but how pretty is that? So pretty, right? Split. There we go. So those turned into this. And because I was here and I had my clear embossing powder out, I went and put some clear embossing powder on there. But it just added that little bit of something, something, you know. I might have even skipped doing these in here and this here, like hindsight's 50-50. But because this was yellow here and yellow there, I felt like they were kind of like stark, you know what I mean? It's really stark there, where this should have had a little bit of green in here, should have had some green in there, which I didn't do here again. But doing this again, I probably wouldn't do the green in here and the green there, just because, see what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, I find that the eye goes immediately to those, and I want you to ask yourself, where did your eye go when you saw this card? So I'm going to suggest skipping those two areas right there, okay? And just doing the rest of it. So yeah, there they are. I'll chat with you for a minute while I clean up, but I'm sure that you guys are ready to have your get away from me time, whatever you want to call it, because I've had you here for almost 2 hours. But you know what? Maybe you guys could give me some feedback. If you're watching the replay, give me some feedback, or in the chat right now, give me some feedback on whether you like being able to let a breath out and go, you know what? I just like being here. I just like the process. I like that you're not feeling rushed and you don't feel like, oh, it's an hour, I gotta let you go. Do you like that, or do you like more of a structure where we stick to an hour? Because I don't want you guys to not watch because I'm going to not feel so stuck to that 1 hour mark. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to give me your honest feedback. I'll probably run a poll at some point, maybe an ask if I don't get enough people, because I ask for feedback and then nobody ever gives it to me. Unless their name is
give you
Todd.
lots of feedback.
Sometimes I get feedback I don't even ask for, you know? And, you know, I actually had somebody once say to me, I know you don't take criticism very well, but... And I was like, then why are you criticizing me? Yeah, anyway. No, I 100% would like to hear. I think it's a lot to do too with the delivery of the message. You know, like 99% of the people out there deliver their messages nicely. And if a message I find isn't being delivered nicely, I'll say something. And then it's like, whoa, no, I didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, so you're part of the 99.9, right? So, okay, Jeanette, we'll get right on that 24/7. Heather, are you available 24/7? You know.
Oh, you betcha.
Okay, cool. Love
You
the
don't mind if
relaxed
there's
feel.
snoring in the background?
Thank you, Melanie. Melanie. I'm not even going to try that. She's like, yeah, me and that Cindy Lynn, we used to be friends until she annihilated my last name. So I'm glad Mary likes this. Well, and if you like hanging out with me like the Inky Besties do, then definitely go and grab yourself a My Inky Fingers Inky Bestie free trial, because it is still the first week of the month and you have not missed any videos. So you can have the entire month for free and go. And I'm just going to warn you, okay? The free trial is just to get you hooked, because I guarantee you spend a month, you're never leaving. You're always going to want to be there. So it's just my trickery to get you to come and hang out with us for the month. Ask Lisa. So Lisa was our last conversion, and she's there all the time now. And Jeanette is back because she was gone for some time, and now she's back, can watch again. But yes, Brenda, yeah, I'll have your bag at the door. And Miss Christine, like, I check your email because I had to redo your order for you. And Jeanette, I was going to email you. It's just easier to tell you. One of your responses to me about another thing for the Inky Bestie group got grouped in with an Inky Bestie group chat of all the people that wanted the Momigami paper. So I was just reading emails like down the line. I didn't read the body of the email because I knew what they were all about. That's how you got intertwined in the Momigami paper. Anyway, if you were wondering how that happened, okay, Chloe wants to say hi or goodbye in this case. And she's soaking wet. Oh my God. Okay, let's go to this screen. She is soaking wet. Look at her. She's been outside.
Did she go outside or get into
wet.
something?
She's been outside. Yeah,
Okay.
and you know what happens if you know how sometimes when the dogs eat, Mica especially, she'll drop a full piece of food into the water bowl. Well, Chloe takes that as an invitation to play bobbing kibble, bobbing kibbles, yes. And she will do this repeatedly with her ears and her paws, everything, until the water bowl is now empty and the water's all over the floor, so that she can then get the piece of kibble. So no, it wasn't a water bottle thing. It is she was outside because the snow is very sticky and wet. But if you are one of our besties that is close to Edmonton, here's your chance. Come and see me at the Geek Festival at the Aviation Museum, where they have airplanes and things, I guess. I don't know. Never been there before, but come and say hi. I will see my besties on Wednesday for a color with me. And who knows what I'll be coloring by then, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Thursday here, and I'll see you next week for some edited content. So thank you, Heather, for coming out tonight.
Well, thank you, and good night to everyone. Don't forget your outro.
That's right. We got to do the outro. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the outro for other video. No, I won't do the outro. Well, I should, because what about when I do get lots of videos on this channel? and then, you know, need to suggest other videos. So I'm going to throw the outro on, but thank you so much for joining us tonight. And until I see you guys again, care and happy stamping.